Broncos lose 18-17 against the Arizona Cardinals in opening preseason action in Arizona. And let's break this game down. There's a lot to talk about with how the team did, but it's preseason. Results really don't matter all that much. Let's break down the performances from the players, specifically the starters. The starters did not start this game very well. Russell Wilson looked completely discombobulated, looked just like last season, and it was traumatic. But they did start to turn around. Russell Wilson finished with a 102 QBR, 7 of 13, 93 yards, and a touchdown. He did get sacked once, which is actually a surprisingly low amount because the offensive line was getting completely dominated a lot of the game. Garrett Bowles did not look good at left tackle. He looked rough, so that's a little bit concerning. Out of this game, I'm more concerned with offensive line than anything else with this team. They looked like they had some major issues. Russell Wilson started slow, did pick it up toward the end. They did score that touchdown. A couple things to note, though, as well. The starting offense out there for 4 drives, nearly scored 10 points. They should have scored 10 points, but Brett Maher missed a kick. Imagine that. Never heard of that story before. Maher actually missed 2 kicks, though one of them was tipped. You got to give him a little slack. Elliott Fry also missed a kick as well, so 3 combined special teams misses. I really miss Brandon McManus. The running game was all right. Samaje Perine looked solid. He had some hard running. Jerry Jeudy, Cortland Sutton did good, which was nice to see. Dulcich was a no-show as well as Albert O, so that was something concerning from the offense. Defensively, the defense did all right. Alex Singleton was all over the place, so love to see that. A couple names that I want to see a little more of. Drew Sanders, he did fine, but would have loved to see a little bit more from him. Moving on to the backups, though, and at quarterback, Jared Stidham looked god-awful. He was really bad. He finished with 16 QBR. He was missing guys left and right. There was no rhythm to the offense at all, and he really struggled. Running back wise, no one really jumped off the page. Tyler Batty, was fine. Jaleel McLaughlin was the guy in the backfield that I did like. He had some good runs, especially at the end of the game. So I like to see him get a little bit more involved. Receiver wise, Montrell Washington didn't do really anything. And for a guy who's probably on that bubble for whether he's going to make this team or not, this was a bad showing for him and could cost him dearly, maybe even his job. Defensively, Jaquan McMillan looked pretty well. Justin Strand had a couple good plays. Josie Jewell had. Essang Bassi had an interception. It was right to him, basically. It was the receiver fell down, but he did catch the ball. So, props to him. It was nice to see that. And overall, it was just kind of a meh performance. There was parts I liked. Russell Wilson looked better after the first couple drives. He looked better than he had last season. But overall, I'm very whelmed by this performance by the Broncos because I expected more out of them, and I don't think Sean Payton's very happy with how this team ended the game. It is preseason. You take it with a grain of salt. You take it with a whole heap of salt because it's preseason. You never know. It's backups and all that, but it's against a team that's supposed to suck this season. It wasn't a very heartening performance. Another name I want to call out. Here he is. Elijah Garcia, 2 sacks in the final quarter. It is against third stringers, but very good performance by him. And finally, the last guy I want to talk about, Ben DiNucci, looked better than Russell Wilson and Jared Stidham. DiNucci, I would love to see get some second team playing time this preseason. I don't know if they're going to do that just because of contract with Stidham. It just depends on how committed they are to Stidham. But DiNucci looked really good for his part when he played. I'd love to see a little bit more of him. We'll see who starts in game 2, if they put the starters back out there or if they put in the backups. I'll be interested to see who starts the game. If they do put out the backups, I would still expect it to be Jared Stidham. But we'll see moving into week 2 of preseason. But overall, it was a game.